Hello tankers and tankettes, and today it's one of my own replays. It's the ARL 44 and we're on Redshire, which is not everyone's favourite map. Slight understatement there. It's part replay commentary and part review. At the urging of a couple of commenters on my review video, my proper full review of the ARL, I've been giving the long 90mm, the DCA 45, more of a chance, and I've been playing some battles with it, trying to evaluate it a bit more, see how it feels after .86. Because a lot of what I said in the review video about this particular gun, based on my experiences prior to 8.6. So, having read those comments, it seemed fair to actually give it a go now that the accuracy changes are in effect. In fact, we're in 8.7 now, so yeah. A whole patch later. I mean, man, 8.6, that was so long ago now, right? Anyway, this has actually been a very fortunate beginning. It's tier 7s, and that doesn't really, the tiers don't really bother me with this gun. Obviously not taking a hit is quite important at any tier. But yeah, I've started on a good side of the map here because I can use my gun depression to its fullest. I've got enough penetration for anything, so there's... Yes, it has got that. It is that reliable penetration, which translates to reliable damage. And there's really nothing that I've got to worry about on the other team not being able to penetrate. And there's a tiger, there's the first shot. And I'm just backing off slightly. I don't have quite enough gun depression to sort of go down and, be fully hull down. But hull down doesn't really work in an ARL 44 anyway, as I've said. Let's try a blind shot, see if I can... Oh, but no, someone's nobbled him already. So, of course, 8.6 did not do anything for the aim time on this gun. This is pretty much the best possible way in which you can still use this as a sniping gun, where you've got the time to sit and wait out that really long aim time. That KB2 was not in a happy place, but don't worry, we'll put him in a happy place in a moment. He'll be in a much happier place. He'll be frolicking around with lots of tier 3s for him to one shot. Yeah. I've completely forgotten where I was now. Yeah, it's still very much a sniper gun. You still have to take the time to sit and aim, and if you're in a... yeah, that guy's not happy with me. In a hot combat situation, you don't really want to be doing that. So I still feel this thing is way more situational than the other guns. But it felt more accurate, it felt more reliable in terms of actually hitting where I was aiming. And that was one of the issues I had with it previously, is that for the supposed stated accuracy, it felt very, very random. It was not... Shots would not go where you wanted them to go quite a lot of the time, or at least that's how it felt. And the accuracy changes helped all the 3 top guns on this, but it possibly helped this one the most in that it is now actually a good sniper gun for tier 6. So I'm actually getting some good... These are shots that I would have struggled to do before. There we go, finish that guy. I would have really hesitated to make a shot at that distance. It would have felt like previously maybe a 40% or less chance that shot at the SU-122-44 would have actually hit him, but it did twice in a row. The shots went where I wanted them to go. That one went low, so it's still not like it's massively super accurate compared to some of the really accurate guns you get later in the game. But yes, it feels better, and if you are lucky enough to be in this situation where you can sit back and snipe and take the time to wait out that absolutely horrendous aim time, because it's still 3.4 seconds. 8.6 hasn't buffed that at all. Then this is pretty much an ideal situation, and the fact that I've been able to be on high ground and also use my gun depression a bit, that helps pretty much, massively as well. English fail there. That's such an infrequent occurrence though. You guys won't at all be used to that by now. So we've basically won this, and they were not really bothering to defend their backs that much. I find often in these situations, especially on encounter maps, it's the side that's being more aggressive and pushing that usually will break through the defenders, unless everyone's defending. But in that case, if everyone's defending one side of the map, the other side of the map's open for the team to walk into. But either way, the aggressive pushes are they're going to win more often than not. And yes, most of the tanks that were pushing around died, and it's me and the Jagdpanther, and it was actually the higher tiers that oh hello Artie, took most of the hits. But there we go, nice try mister, but nah, not going to save you. Yeah, we've got them bottled up. They're down to their last two. I've actually somehow, I think it was more luck than anything, I managed 4 kills, and I will actually get one more before this thing is over. Oh dear, well there's a hill, okay. Dumpty 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 dum. Have you seen my camo, by the way? Yeah, there's not much to talk about when you're climbing a hill and the battle's nearly over. Yeah, this is actually one of the new camos, one of the summer camos. The French have got some nice new camos as of, was it patch 8.5? Can't remember. Maybe it was 8.6. And this one, if you look on the scroll over, it says 1999, so it's not exactly a World War II era or just after camo, but it's still a pretty nice paint job. Yep, there's a tiger, he's dying. Yep, there's a T-25. Yep, we've won. Yet note that there are still 3 people capping. Yeah, we only outnumber him, what, 7 to 1? I think we can take him, you guys. But no, of course, they're capping. Well, that just means I've got a bit of time to do some damage. There we go, 1 shot in. And my massive penetration matters not a jot at this, particular juncture. Side armor of a tank destroyer. Bam. So there we go, 3k plus damage. I think I've revised my opinion of this gun a bit, but not massively. It's still, in terms of reliable damage and reliable penetration, it's probably the best of the 3, and it has been helped by 8.6 because that penetration now counts for something, in that you're actually hitting where you're aiming more often. There's less of that random factor involved with shots flying off into the ground or whatever. But that said, I think the majority of the reasons why I don't favour this gun still stand. The aim time is still a pain in the butt. The situations where this gun can really excel are kind of, you're going to encounter them not all that often. Yes, this was a really good match for me and pretty profitable because I was shooting a lot of tier 7s there. But at the end of the day, this was a very, very, very good situation for this tank and this gun. I still think the best all-round gun is the 90mm F3, and I still think that the 105mm has definitely got a good place. Because don't forget, these guns, as I've said, they both got helped by the accuracy changes as well. It's not like just this thing got a buff. So I can see using it more often, but it's not going to be the main gun that I use. But yeah, there is more of a place for it these days. So if you completely think I'm talking nonsense, feel free to say so in the comments. If you liked the video, you can hit the like button. You can even subscribe to my channel. And of course, as always, stay tuned for more.